Hey everyone, welcome back to MLWorks. In this video, we'll learn how to deploy Dockerized FastAPI in Kubernetes cluster. So in the last two videos, we learned how to set up Minikube and Kubernetes cluster in a Mac machine. And then we trained a machine learning model and served it using FastAPI service. Then we containerized the FastAPI application with the help of Docker. Now in this video, we'll deploy that containerized FastAPI application into Kubernetes cluster. Now as part of this task, we have to run a bunch of steps. First is to ensure that Kubernetes is up and running. And then we have to create a YAML file such that we can create two Kubernetes resources, deployment and service. And then we have to deploy that specific app onto the Kubernetes cluster. Now to deploy that app, we have to use this command, which is kubectl apply -f app.yaml. App.yaml will contain your deployment and service. So deployment is a controller which will create and manage the pods, which is nothing but your Docker container. And service is nothing but it is a way to route the traffic from user to the pods such that you can access the service. I mean the FastAPI service. Now coming to the setup flow here. So first we have to ensure the Kubernetes is up and running, inside which will be running the deployment, which will be in turn running the Kubernetes pods. Now pods are nothing but your Docker container whose name is provided as label. Now that will be exposed through container port. Now we have our service which will connect to the container port through target port, and the service will expose the pods to the external world with the help of port forwarding. If we don't port forward and we use cluster IP, it means that we cannot access the service from outside the cluster. That's why we need to perform port forwarding. So basically we'll have our user with the help of port forwarding, they will access the service. Service will have direct access to the pods. To communicate with the pods, it has to match this label, which is app ml-app, which is same as the pods label. Based on this selection, it gets mapped. Now this is with respect to the flow. Now let's understand various commands that we have. So first is we have to spin up our Kubernetes cluster, which is done with the help of Minikube start. And then we have to push the Docker image, which we created in the previous video, with the help of Minikube push image followed by the Docker image name and tag, whatever it is. Then we have to create a app.yaml, and then we have to apply that app.yaml to the Kubernetes cluster such that we can create the service and the deployment. And these are various commands to see whether the pod is running or not, service is running or not, deployment is running or not, and see the internal details with the help of describe command. So these are just general commands which are not mandatory that you have to use. Then comes the command for port forwarding. So since our service is running on port 8000, we'll be exposing that specific service with the help of port forwarding, and this is how you have to do that. And once that is done, we can delete the app with the help of this specific command, delete -f app.yaml. This will delete both the deployment and service. So our pods will be coming as part of deployment. So even the pods will be getting destroyed once we delete the app.yaml. So now let us go and see what does app.yaml contains. So let me go here, app.yaml. So let me maximize this a bit, close this, yeah. So first let's understand what is API version. So API version represents the Kubernetes API schema version for the specific object. So with the help of this specific version, we'll be creating deployment. So once you set the kind as deployment, we mean that we want to manage and create pods. And this is the way to create the unique identity for the deployment. So once you have set the metadata, then you have to specify the specification. So here it will represent the state and the behavior of the deployment. So first we'll be setting the replica as 2, which means that we'll be having 2 instances of the pod running the same Docker image. and then we set the selector as match labels, which is nothing but app ml-app. So this basically represents that this specific deployment will manage a bunch of pods whose label is app ml-app, and will be declaring those pod here under the template. So here, if you notice, first we create a metadata for that specific pod whose name is app ml-app. With the help of selector, you will be ensuring that deployment manages these pods whose name is app ml-app. And this is the specification for our container, where we represent the container name, and then we have our Docker image name followed by the port through which we'll be exposing the Docker container, which is 8000. And once we have defined the deployment, then we have to switch to service, and we separate the Kubernetes resources with the help of 3 dashes here. So next comes our API version for the service. So with the help of this version, we'll be creating a Kubernetes resources called service. And when you set the kind as service, it means that you will be creating a stable IP address and DNS name for the service to access the pods. And then we'll be creating the metadata for the service, which is ML app service. And this is the specification for the service. So here first we set the type as cluster IP, which means that your service will be accessible inside the cluster only. So you cannot access it outside unless you port forward the service. And then we have a selector. So here, if you notice, we set the label as app ml-app, which means that with the help of this service, we'll be routing the traffic to the pods whose name is ml-app. Then comes our ports. So here we have our ports for target port, which means that we'll be routing the traffic to target port 8000, which is nothing but your pods. And then we have the port 8000, which is nothing but where your service is listening inside the cluster. And then we have the protocol as TCP, through which we'll be routing the traffic. So this is with respect to the 2 Kubernetes resources that we'll be creating. Now let me go back to the README document here. Let me just go to the command here first. Let me open the terminal as well. So let me maximize this. Now the first command is to start Minikube start. So before we do this, let me just run the Docker daemon here. So let me run this. So this will ensure that Docker daemon is up and running. Then only we can run the Minikube also. If you notice here inside this Docker desktop, you will see that specific Docker image that we are going to use, my app tag v1, which is around 605 MB. Now the first command is Minikube start. So let me go to the terminal here and type in Minikube start. Let me maximize this as well. Minikube start. So this will start the Kubernetes cluster in the backend. Let me put it as allow here and then go back to the command here. So we have to push this specific Docker image, which is, let me go to this one, my app v1 into Minikube. So what I'll do is I'll copy this command and go to here, paste it here, my app :v1. So it is saying unknown command push for Minikube. Let me just clear this. Let me put Minikube -help. So here I want to put the Docker image. So I'll just, okay, this is the image here, manage images. Okay, one second, Minikube, we have image -help. So here we have push. So let me push and followed by my app :v1. So this will push the Docker image into Minikube cluster. So if I just clear this now, I can go to the next command here. So here kubectl apply -f app.yaml. So now we can able to run the Docker container as pod inside the Kubernetes cluster. So before we do that, let me just show you how to view the images in Docker. So we have to do Docker images. We'll see our Docker images here. And if you have any Docker container running or not, right now we have Minikube up and running right now. So this is also a Docker container in a way. So let me clear this. Now let me go to the specific project. Let me go to the terminal here itself in the IDE. Go to terminal here. We have our app.yaml under Kubernetes deployment. So let me change to Kubernetes deployment. Clear this. Then I'll be setting kubectl apply -f app.yaml. So it has created MLApp deployment, MLApp service is created. Now I'll go to the terminal here. I'll check kubectl get pods. So 10 seconds ago, 2 pods started running. Okay, now let me just do kubectl get service. So this is the service that we created, MLApp service, whose cluster IP is this, and it is exposed through 8000 and it is using TCP protocol. Now let me go to the IDE again. Now let me see the command which we can make use of. So let me go and see kubectl describe pod. So kubectl describe pod, and I'll be taking the pod name here, which is this one, and pasting it here. So here if you see, it shows the event that has happened, successfully assigned this specific pod to this Minikube. Container image is this one, container created and started. So it is up and running. Now what I'll do is I'll go and perform port forwarding here. So let me go to this one, copy this, and let me also type in first the service, paste it here, and then here I'll be setting it as YAML app. Let me run this now. So let me go to the incognito window and type in localhost 8080. So yeah, my model API is running. Now let me just do /docs. This is the model that is running inside, and I have an API for predict. If I just go here, try it out, I'll be sending around 4 values here, which are floating point values. So these are the features that I have to send. And then here I have, yeah, we are done here. Now let me send this. So we got a response code 200, the prediction is 2. So this is working fine. So if I just go to the terminal again here, so you will see that whenever we hit the API, we'll be seeing something coming up here. And let me go to the ID here. So what we have understood is we are able to communicate with the, if I just go back here, so we are able to communicate with the pod that is running inside Kubernetes cluster with the help of service, and after port forwarding we are able to do that. And we have talked about how service is connected to the deployment based on this selector, which is ML-app. Now going back here, let me just delete the app.yaml such that we can go back to the fresh copy of our Kubernetes cluster. So I'll go here, go to this section here under the terminal, kubectl delete -f app.yaml. So this will delete the resources, which is deployment and service. If I go back to terminal, let me close this, kubectl get pods. So this is the other pod that is running, which was executed earlier. And then let me just do kubectl get service. So now our ML app service is also gone. Now we can stop the Minikube, which is done with the help of this specific command, Minikube stop. Now this will switch off our Kubernetes cluster. No longer we'll be able to access it. So we are at the end of the video. So what we have learned is how we have managed to run a Dockerized FastAPI application into Kubernetes cluster, and with the help of service, how we expose that deployment to the user or the external world. So with this, I'll be concluding this video. Thank you for watching.